Hello students, welcome to pythonically.com. In this video, I am going to teach you loops in Python. Python has two types of loops, for loops and while loops. In this video, we will be seeing the for loop. For loop is basically used to iterate over a collection of items. Loops are used to repeatedly execute a particular piece of code, but with for loop, you have to have a collection of items on which you can iterate. So for instance, if you want your for loop to iterate for 10 times, you should have a collection with 10 items. If you want your for loop to iterate for 5 times, you should have a collection that contains 5 items. So let's see for loops with the help of an example. So to write a for loop in Python, you start with the keyword for, followed by a temporary variable which contains the value of the current item being iterated and a collection. So this is the syntax of for loop, simply. So let's first create a collection and then iterate that collection using a for loop. So for instance, we have a collection of integers called nums. It contains 5 integers, 5, 4, 6, 9, 5 again. To iterate this collection or to print each item of this collection, we can use for loops as follows. So for I in nums, print nums. Sorry, it has printed the whole list. We want to print the individual item. For that, we simply print I here. So you can see the for loop has printed all the items in this list, 5, 4, 6, 9, 5, right? So, but instead of creating lists or collections manually, you can use range functions to create a list or collection of items. So for instance, if you want to print the first 10 positive integers, you can use range function and for loop as follows. So here you call nums followed by range function and pass it a value of 10. Now this range function will give us integers, a collection of integers from 0 to 1 less than 10, that is 9. In order to see this, we can convert it into a list. So you can do this list range nums. You can see you have a collection of 10 items starting from 0 to 9. So now print this item. Now to iterate this collection with the help of for loop, you can simply write for I in nums and print I. This will print items from 0 to 9. But since we want to print the first and positive integers, we can simply do this I plus 1. Another way to use range function is you can specify the lower bound as well. So you can do something like this as well. Nums is equal to range 1 to 11. This will return you a list of items from 1 to 1 less than 11, that is 10. You can verify it here. Now simply you can use for I in nums and then print I. That's it. Now you can see the first and positive integers. Apart from that, let's do one more example of for loop. Let's print a table of an integer. Let's suppose 5. So how you can do that? You can do that like this. For I in nums. Remember, nums here contains the first and positive integers. So for I nums, print. Let's say we want to print a table of 7, integer 7. So we can do 7 into, we want to concatenate it with the integer I, str. Is equal to str 7 into I. So you can see this here we have printed the table of 7. So in the first iteration, 7 multiplied by 1 will be 7 into 1 7. Next time I will contain the integer 2. So next time 7 into 2 is equal to 7 into 2 is equal to 14. In the third iteration, the integer I will contain the number 3 and 7 into 3 will be 23. So this is how you can print a table of any integer using for loop. So this is it for this lecture. In the next lecture, we will see while loops in action. Thank you. And do not forget to subscribe to my channel pythonically.com. And if you like the video, just click the like button. And if you have any questions, you can ask them in the comments. Thank you.